Okay, perfect. So yeah, welcome everyone for today's House of Freedom team call. I'm super excited and pleasured to host today's call, and we have some special guests today. We just want to take the time, to also get the community the possibility to share their own journey, talk about their breakthroughs, talk about what they have been accomplishing inside of our community, and also, of course, their personal breakthroughs. Because I personally think, sometimes we need, role models who show us that change and success is possible. So that's why I think from time to time, it's a really wonderful idea to just reward also the people who took action, who were willing to put in the work. And that's why today we have three amazing special guests who just want to share their experience. And I have prepared some questions for them. And I was also reflecting on those questions that you guys can get the most possible value from it. So it's really important, of course, on all of our team calls, to show up with a camera on. This is a business call. And then, of course, also to take some notes, because sometimes it's only one information what you hear from someone who make yourself really getting that click moment, and then what brings you directly to the next level. So with that being said, yeah, I want to share the spotlight basically with our three special guests. So let me just check if we can do this like I want to do this. And then, yeah, oh, okay, perfect. Yeah. So we have Jonas here. I will just in a second say some words. Then we have Alexandra here. And let's get the last man on it. Okay, perfect. It works like I wanted. Okay, perfect. So this today will called be like the rising star panel. Okay. So right now I just of course saw that Jonas, Alexandra, and Alex they put in the work and they showed up every single day, and they're really willing to work on their business. So I have huge respect for all of those three, and I saw them also growing personally from coming in and having their dreams and goals, and then right now taking action towards those goals, and are on the way to becoming the next upcoming leaders inside of Akashics and the House of Freedom community. So I'm super, super grateful, of course, to work with all of you guys. And I think now the stage is yours. So we have prepared questions. And I asked them before, do you guys want to know the questions? And all of them said like, no, I don't want to have any preparation, just give me the full unfiltered information. I think this is also sometimes nice, if things are not planned, because then you guys see also that, Jonas, Alexandra, and Alex are just normal human beings, of course, and we're all in here together, and we want also really to help the community grow and succeed in as one unit, as one unity. So yeah, let's get things started, okay? So I just have everything prepared, like I said, and I want to start with Jonas, okay? All of those questions are ordered in a specific way. Some of them are maybe a little bit more challenging than others, but let's start with the first question, okay? So Jonas, and you can unmute yourself, of course, in a second. What was your biggest mental block on your journey, and how have you been able to basically overcome that? Because we all have our fears and doubts and worries and stuff like that. That's normal human being, but you were able to overcome them. What would you say was like the biggest and toughest one mentally to overcome?
Okay, first of all, can you all guys hear me good? Is the audio okay? Okay, perfect. Yeah, my biggest mental block, it was probably thinking about what other guys or people think about me. When I'm trying to carry out this opportunity to people, I was definitely afraid in the start of what other people might say to this opportunity or look at me as the scammer or yeah, I was just afraid of getting negative response. And really, negative response is something you really can't go without. You will meet it. And that's how I discovered also the personal development, how it's so important to work on yourself to be able to, tolerate these negative responses and to actually carry yourself through it. So yeah, my biggest mental block was definitely other people's opinion.
And you would say like your way how you're overcoming it is by growing personally and focusing on personal development, or do you have like one tip for the people here listening also? What was
Yeah.
your main breakthrough?
Yeah, so growing yourself, doing personal development, but also just go through it. Just talk to people, be uncomfortable, put yourself in those situations where you feel uncomfortable and maybe get some hate. I don't know. For me, I was doing TikTok, getting some views, and just saw the comments was spamming me with hate and everything, and it was really uncomfortable, but I had to do it, and it helped me. So really just put yourself in the situation and work on yourself.
Okay, yeah, amazing feedback. Sometimes the treasure we are seeking is in the, fear what we are having or something like that. There is a sentence like that. Yeah, so I think amazing, amazing value. So, and thank you for your perspective. I think, and hopefully everyone can relate to that because it's a normal human behavior, I think. We sometimes avoid the unknown, and if we start to deal with that, we will find, even some amazing people to work with, So yeah, thank you for answering that. So then the next question would be for Alexandra. We have also, of course, prepared a question for you. And I mean, we all have seen, the last weeks you were really, taking massive action. And we are all super grateful for working with you, and especially the woman you have become over the last months. You had also your challenges. You have been through a lot, and you were always, going through things. So yeah, my question for you is, and it's a tough question. We are here to also be honest, because I think this is also important. Was there a moment inside of you where you felt of giving up, and what made you continue? Because this is a tough one, I think. So let's see.
Okay, do you guys hear me?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, that is definitely a tough question. I think it will be that I've had times, definitely a lot of times, especially when I was at my night shifts and I didn't get enough sleep, and I was like, okay, I can't get people in. Like, what is happening? I'm reaching to people, I'm putting into the work. I was posting on social media. Nothing happened. Like you, Michael, Jonas, Emil, you guys comment on my stuff, but nobody else. And you were already in, right? And there was one moment where I felt so low. And I was like, okay, but if I give up, like I'm going back to my night shift. It's not, it's just that. But if I actually decide to go back to reach to more people, then I can actually make a change. And I had to work a lot on myself for that, because as the girls here know, like we tend to overthink. I know the guys know it too. It's just a girly thing there. And it's so easy to say to yourself, you're not able to do this. You're not going to do this. People are not interested. But if you just keep going, even if it's just 1% every day, because you don't know when you are going to hit the diamonds.
Amazing. So powerful, and amazing that you're also that open, because I know it's tough, in front of other people having those questions, because honestly, everyone had that thoughts. Okay, I just be honest, but having the courage and the strength, to and then keep on going and chasing your dreams. I think this is, what champions are made of, and that's why I think we're all super proud of you to just, keep on going, and that's why you're here, and that's why you start to see the success, coming. And I know this is just the beginning for you. So yeah, super proud. So in a nutshell, if you break it down to one thing, what was the thing what made you continue? Maybe one final sentence on that question. It was the same question, but was there something, just the fear of going back, or what was the main thing what you said to overcome and going forward?
Be delusional.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah, that's nice.
the worst that can happen, right?
Yeah,
Be
nice.
delusional. Walk like you own the city.
Amazing.
Because the only stop is yourself.
It is. It is. Wow, powerful. So yeah, thank you, Alexandra, for the answer. I hope that you guys also like that. I think it was really inspiring, and I'm really, really grateful for that. And we have more questions to come, So that leads us, of course, to Alex. And Alex, I'm also so grateful to work with you. I mean, I know that you are a professional in the industry for a long, long time, and now we, preparing your big comeback, and I can be more proud of your personal growth, because I also see that you have a focus on the details, and you see things from a really professional perspective. So I also, of course, have some questions for you. Also, maybe not the easiest ones, but I want to be a little bit challenging as well. So, of course, when we talk about personal growth, we also talk about skills. So my question for you, Alex, is wait, I will unmute you that you can answer that also. Yeah, what was the hardest skill for you to learn and how did you master it?
That's a huge question. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Oh, so if the question like regarding like the industry we're working on, or like
I mean,
because
you
there
can
are lots
answer
of
from your
skills that
heart,
I
you
have.
know. I mean, we talk about success, we talk about personal growth, and we talk about, also skills, not only mindset. We also sometimes talk about skills. And from you personally, because you're such a professional, I also want to know from you, what was your toughest skill to acquire and how did you master it?
I would say that the toughest skill is to just have the trust moving forward blinded, kinda. Because I think that what we do in the beginning is that we try to predict what is going to happen, and that's impossible. And even Steve Jobs said that the best way to connect the dots is afterwards, because then you can look back to the things you did before and then connect the dots. But what we do in the beginning, we're like, okay, if I talk to this person and then this is going to happen and maybe this is going to, and you're already planning something that is not even going to ever happen. And when we paint that type of a picture for ourselves, we get discouraged when that thing doesn't happen. But I see this industry and everything I do as a process, and how the process is built. The process is built with some like lots of modules, and when we follow the models, we get the certain when we execute the software or we execute the plan, we get some type of a result. So the thing is that we should only concentrate on the doing the thing, the income producing activity, as Alexandra has been getting lots of good results. And I bet that the main reason, I don't know, maybe you can share something, it comes from you doing the basic stuffs. Even when you don't feel it, even when you feel discouraged, and you just trust that this is math, it's just numbers game. When I do and I do reach out to as many people, the result will follow. Sometimes take longer, to somebody it takes faster, but we all eventually will get there if we take the action. So I would say that moving forward without always being sure what is going to happen. So trusting the leadership, trusting the education, trusting the people in our community walking the same journey as I.
So that's really, really powerful because I was knowing from your personal journey, one of your mentors, I also personally know, always talked about one word, and I hear him speaking through you, and that's faith. Have taking actions in faith. So the combination of, having a strong desire, but also taking action in faith will lead to the positive outcome. So would this be correct if we just summarize what you just said? If there was one skill for you, what was tough to acquire and you master it, is having faith in the actions that, the end result will be positive, or how do you want to summarize it maybe in one strong sentence if possible? How would you say it?
Yeah, yeah. I think that the thing where I'm trying to explain is kind of like also like a little bit not only logical and practical, but also a bit like spiritual and esoteric. But I would agree on what you just said, so
Yeah,
we
very
can put it like that.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, this is a really, really powerful one because, also sometimes I was going as well through dark times, the same as Jonas and Alexandra just said. And sometimes we have to rely on our faith and trusting in the end results that everything will fall into place. So I think this is a really, really powerful answer from you. So also thank you, Alex, for that perspective. So yeah, amazing, amazing questions so far. I hope you guys like it. So I think everyone would love to also see some feedback in the chat. If you like something, if you have some breakthroughs, also make sure that you tag Jonas, Alex, and Alexandra on social media that we can, show also the world what type of things we are doing here inside of House of Freedom, because we want to attract also more people and reach more people. And I think they would be happy to see that they get tagged on social media. So I just want to make a quick advertisement for them here. So let's go to the next question to Jonas, and that's a more reflective question, because I think also growth comes from reflecting. And I know that we are working also now for some months together already. And I'm really grateful for the journey. I'm really grateful when we first time met, in Mallorca. And since then, of course, I also see that you have grown, that you have going through some times. And for me, important question would be a question about self-reflection. And that's, let's say you have the chance to go back 3 months in time. With the knowledge you have right now, what would you do different and what would you say to yourself? And that would be the question.
Yeah, it would definitely be not to think that everything should be perfect. Because in the start, I was all about inviting and prospecting and trying to be perfect. You know, what can I say to this person that makes him definitely going to join this webinar tonight? But that's really not how it works because, you always say, Michael, you can't really say the right thing to the wrong person and the wrong to the right person. So try not to overthink it about what you say. And that's why people say it's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. Because actually, it's just about your energy. It's not really about making the perfect pitch or sweet talking them like to getting them into signing up or a webinar or anything. So for me, if I had the chance to go back 3 months, I would say don't take it so serious about the inviting and prospecting. Of course, take it serious, but not try to be like a perfectionist.
I think that's amazing. This is a really tough one for me as well. I think for everyone. I don't know. Maybe we can give some feedback in the chat. Type a one-on-one in the chat if you also think you want to do everything perfect. Let's just see if we have some people who have a common problem in the chats. Let's see if you can relate to that. Yeah, yeah, some people. For me, it was the same, to be honest, for most people, because of course we want to, if we talk to people, we want to give a good impression, and having, the site to understand that, hey, some people, some people will, some people won't. So what next? That's like the attitude I learned also from my mentors at One Day. And I think it's amazing that already, even after, we're just working for some months together, you understand this principle now more and more. And because we had amazing mentors like Robert Hollis here on the call, who also said, even if you want to hit the top of the industry, nothing changes really. You just talk less to more people and try to find out who's really open, because some people will be open and some people will be not open, and you can change unmotivated people. And I think that's a huge understanding, and really great that you also directly knew what to answer. That also shows that there was a personal breakthrough, and I'm really happy to hear that. So yeah, thank you for the answer. And I think this is a powerful one. Don't try to make things perfect. Just go out there and try to, present the business to as many people as possible. So yeah, thank you for your answer. And then let's go again to Alexandra's next question. It's also a self-reflecting question. And yeah, it's I think also important, but I saw that you now take consistent actions, and in the beginning, maybe not so consistent. And I think at one point there was also a mental shift happening inside of you. So the question is, what mindset shift has helped you to become more consistent in taking those daily actions? Because now you do, and some type of mindset shift happened. What happens inside of you that you now can take daily consistent action?
Yeah, there was one meeting, and I don't remember who, but someone asked, "Aren't you tired of being broke?" And I was like, yo, okay, that hit me hard. And after that question, I was starting to think like, okay, what am I actually doing? Like, if you, Michael, for example, were with me the whole day, would I have been proud of what I'm doing? Or would I be like, okay, I should probably do more now when Michael is with me? So that sentence changed my perspective, because I figured that if I don't put in the work, no one is going to do it for me. And if I'm broke, that's just my choice. And I didn't want to choose no more to be broke. I wanted to change. I wanted to learn things. And that's what changed for me. And now when I get to see the results, especially with the daily paycheck, I'm like, yo, this is insane. I want to get that more. And so now it's not an issue. But I remember the like in the beginning, like you said, I wasn't consistent. And that was because I was scared. I was scared of failing. And I think a lot of people can see themselves in that. And for those of you who does, don't think so much. You don't have to know to make this industry or to hit ranks, because the only thing you have to focus on is your attitude. Because if you invite people, like if I'm like talking to my best friend or something and like, hey, so I started this thing, do you want to maybe have a call? Like, no, why should I? Right? Why should I use my time on that? But if I'm like, yo, do you know what happened to me today? Do you have 50 minutes? Because I can't explain it. Like, I'm so hyped about this. And they'll be like, yeah. So remember, it's just about the attitude. it's not what you're saying, it's about your attitude. So have the energy, and you come a really long way with that. And that's the shift for me.
That's really powerful. I just would like also to summarize from my perspective. I just understood what you're saying. It's interesting because I worked with so many people, and what you're saying is definitely an important and overlooked point, because sometimes you have to have that moment where you're like, okay, fuck it. This is not this moment of change. When you really decide, okay, enough is enough. You said like I'm not scared or like tired of being broke. And that was like okay, enough is enough moment where you really realize, okay, damn, it is about me. It is my choice. It is my life. I want to change. And I think this spark, this is what actually leaders have. That's what successful people have. That spark, that burning desire, what we are talking about. In the beginning, when I joined also, so many people talked about burning desire. I didn't understand what they are meaning. But I think it's that spark, what comes from the, okay, this is it, this fuck moment, like now I need to change moment. And I think this is really powerful. And it's amazing that you realize that, because so many people are not reflective enough about their own actions that they really understand what actually happened. So I hope that gives also some clarity for most of you guys, that is a normal process we go through all together. And I'm so proud, of the growth of all of you guys. So yeah, powerful answer, Alexandra. Thank you for that. And that leads me, to Mr. Alex. Next question. It's also a reflective question. And I think this is interesting because for you, when we first time met in Finland, and you told me about, your first run in the industry and that you then did other businesses and all of that stuff. I know that the business and also especially network marketing had an impact on you, a big impact on you. And my question for you would be, how has the business changed you as a person beyond the income? So not talking about income, like the network marketing experience and working with people, how did that impact you as a person, and what changed inside of you, through the industry?
First of all, thank you for the question once more, and thank you for your answers, Alexandra and Jonas. I'm just, I'm smiling all the time because being a part of this type of community is exceptional, and that leads me straight to the answer, which is that the community, the people that I was surrounded when I joined network marketing was amazing because I didn't have that type of people around me. I had people around me. I've been always like a social person. So I had friends and girlfriends. We used to do parties and stuff like that. But I had zero person in my life who would ask me, pull me on the side and say, Alex, what do you really want from life? Alex, where are you going? I see you, Alex, taking these steps, but where are these steps leading you? No one asked that. And when I joined network marketing, I was 19, and no one did ask me that. And in school, they asked me that because it's mandatory. That's their job for the teacher to ask me sometime, like, what do you want to do when you become an adult or something, when you grow up? So for me, network marketing really changed my life because through network marketing, I found personal development. Through personal development, I found my personal power, the power inside of me to really transform my life. And after that, transforming also my business and my friends' life and people's lives around me by becoming a person that went through the growth by my own, like by myself first. And then I started to help people. So I would say that without network marketing, I wouldn't be this person because where I could learn leadership, because I was a salesperson. I was doing like cold calling. Like, where would I have been without network marketing? Like doing some other sales things. I've sold like insurances and stuff like that, but to lead people, hundreds of people, to speaking on stages, there is not many opportunities like this in the world. And I think that the thing with this industry is that it gives a lot, but it gives even more the more you are, the more you ask, the more you take responsibility, the more you take the challenge. You don't wait things to happen, you take it. Michael knows I joined when I came to this team, I was calling Michael. I didn't wait Michael to call me because I know that the more I take a part on this community, for example, for these small things, putting my camera on, letting people know I'm here. So it's small things. Yeah, So I would say that it really transformed my life.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, I love to hear that, of course. So you would just say it changed your complete life and made you the person you're today. So is this correct to summarize that?
It is. Yeah,
It's
it
powerful.
is. It is. Actually, my first mentor was the person who let me see that the people who I was hanging around most of my time, which were my best friends, were
Mm,
actually leading me to that path. And he was, "Hey, Alex, why you smoking weed?" I said that, "How do you know?" "Because every meeting we do together, your eyes are red. Do you think I'm stupid?" So I was like, "Oh my God." And he said that, "Alex, you have two choices. You work with me, you grow, or you go back to your friends and you stay like you were." And that was a hard mentorship. But he put it in my face and he said, "Alex, if you keep smoking weed when you come to the meeting, what you gonna learn ever? You come, you learn, you go home, you smoke, you forget. The next day, the same thing." So without this type of mentorship, people really caring and showing like, "Hey, there is a better path," I would be here. I would be selling drugs or somewhere, to be honest. I'm not joking here.
okay. I have a powerful follow-up question now. This was not planned, but I want to do the follow-up question on that. So when you hear now the story from Alex, honestly answering this question, that this industry completely changed his life. He's so grateful that he is basically, part of this journey. And if someone back then didn't have the courage to actually, pitch Alex, he would potentially maybe do something illegal or something else, and he's grateful. So the question is, it's not like someone has to answer. It's a question for all of us, guys. Why are we then so scared to talk with other people about this opportunity if we know we can really impact people's life in a positive way? I mean, the price we have to pay is, of course, some people may be saying no, some people maybe don't want to join, but is this really hurting us? Is it bad if someone says no to us? Do we lose anything? No, right? There's nothing to lose and everything to gain. So imagine what impact you can do in this industry if you find like 10 Alexes. You change 10 people's lives forever. And some people ask me, like, Michael, after 10 years in this industry, after making all those things, it's not about me today, but why do you continue? It's exactly, that's just the reason. That's the reason why I love this business so much. That's the number one reason. And since you brought it up, Alex, now I have to say it, so that's just for me, just also want to, give some inspiration maybe to you guys, because some of you are maybe scared, some people getting, rejections and all of that stuff, but it doesn't matter because one person who is grateful for that opportunity is more worth or more weights more than a million people who block you or ghost you, to be honest. So powerful. Thank you, Alex. It also helped me to get my spark up like crazy right now, because to hear that is so wonderful. So thank you, and let's go to round number 3 with our questions. And yeah, we start again, of course, with Jonas. I mean, you already had that many great advice. I didn't expect that you're so clear on things what you're saying, that people can directly take it, because the last question is a question like advice for the people also. And you already said it a little bit, but maybe you can rephrase it in your own words. The question is simple. It's what was that one action step? What made a difference right now in your result? And what would you recommend to the audience, like to our listeners right now? What should they do? What action step is the action step? What really helped you right now to move forward? Oh, sorry. I need to, of course, give you audio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go. Yeah, advice. It's kind of following up to what you just talked about with Alex, because what really helped me, if I heard this like 3 months ago, everything would have changed for me like much faster, because I started to think of myself or watch myself, that I'm carrying around this opportunity to people. I'm like Santa at Christmas. I'm giving out presents like, here is your opportunity, take it and do something with your life. And this mind shift for me, when I was prospecting, it changed everything, because then I didn't actually have time to hear on this, oh, this is a pyramid scheme, or this is a scam, or because I wanted to go forward and find that person that is really grateful for the present I'm trying to give. So really, when you're prospecting and trying to, show people the business, think of yourself as a person that is giving out opportunities. And also one more kind of direct advice: stop overthinking it. Do exactly what the calls are telling you to do. We have these calls for a reason, and there's a reason why, like Michael and Emil and David and Philip and everyone is taking their time every single Sunday and Wednesday and Monday to actually give out value is because you can do something with it. And the calls are not for us to just talk together. Of course, that's also a thing. But it's really about giving you exact, like a list or a plan for you to go out and just take the actions. So I would say meet up on the calls and take action and apply everything.
Amazing. I think this is really good. So I think great advice. I hope you guys taking notes on that, and you can also implement that from your day, or yeah, for your every single day actions. So yeah, thank you, Jonas, for answering that. And then we go to Alexandra. So we had already a great question before. It was about your breakthrough, and I also want, of course, that people right now in the audience also can get their personal breakthrough. So the question what I have for you, Alexandra, is if someone in the audience wants to get also their own breakthrough and get to this point where you turn and say like, okay, what would you say is the thing they should focus on to find that out or find that personal breakthrough? What was it for you? Was it the people you spent your time with? Was it a call? Was it a meeting? Was it something personal? Was it reading a book? What was causing you to get to that personal breakthrough that you had that click moment? Wait. Yep.
Okay, I have to say, Michael, you're going wild with these questions today. So the thing is, self-development and the calls. That has been a huge part of my growth because I've been on every single call since I started. I think I've lost 2 calls or something like that. And I've heard the same thing over and over and over again. But the thing is, it never clicked. Like when people say, yeah, get your 3 for free, right? And then help your people get 3 for free. And that's how you grow. Easy. In the warm market, you don't even have to reach out on social media. And I've heard that 10,000 times since I started. And I've never thought of that before, maybe a couple of weeks ago. And I've been in the industry for half a year. So be on the calls, not because you maybe hear something different every single call, but because you don't know what you don't know. You don't know when it's going to click in your mind for you. You don't know when it's going to make sense for you. And also I want to say one more thing. When you reach out to people, let's see. Sindre, I really like your glasses. They look really nice on you.
Wait, I give him the chance to unmute himself if I find him, if he wants to. Yes. Okay.
Thank you.
Did you see that smile on him? That is probably going to make his day. For me, it took me 2 seconds. That's how you can start a conversation with people. Because, yeah, you can reach out to 2,000 people on social media in a week if you want to. But if you actually go out and talk to at least one new person every day, it's going to make your growth insane. Because you actually connect people and you can start a conversation as easy as that. Maybe I go to Edina. Oh, girl, your hair, that looks amazing. How did you do that? What color?
Wait, we give her
He's
the
smiling.
unmute.
I made her day. Now I have 2 friends.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So don't be scared to talk to people because no one is going to be mad at you for giving them compliments. Yeah, maybe don't go up to them and be like, yo, I don't like your shoes. Like that is no-go. But with compliments, go to every single person. If it's a girl, boy, doesn't matter. Start a conversation. Be like, oh, what is your Instagram? Let's connect. Maybe you're on a new place. Be like, do you want to meet up maybe tomorrow? Because I'm new here. Can you show me a bit around? Make people feel seen. That's how you build connections, not only for business, for marketing, but for yourself. Because you don't know what is going to happen in 10 years. Maybe you need someone that is working, I don't know, in a police station or something. Don't do something bad though, but you get my point. Always try to connect with new people and always try to develop yourself, because for me, I think that is the most important things, and that's why I am also so grateful to work in the industry.
Amazing. So, in a nutshell, also from my perspective, to just summarize from what I understood, that we can, get it to a clear thought, is your personal breakthrough come from being on the calls and listening to things over and over again, because you realized maybe sometimes the calls didn't change, but you changed. And then you realized at one moment, okay, this is the information I need now, the click moment. And then you were able to apply it, and then you complimented people, and then everything started to flow. So I think this is really powerful through repetition. And that's, I think, also really, really great advice. So thank you, Alexandra, for also answering the third question. And that leads me again to Mr. Alex. And I, of course, also have another question for you. And it's also something what is, like advice. And I think we know all of those. I mean, I hope that you will answer what I was thinking about, but let's see how you answer, because of course you're completely open, whatever you do. But I know that you have some unique perspectives. I was just seeing that when we talked and when we, started to work on this business and prepared your personal launch, you had different perspectives than normal people, and you really take care about details. And I was thinking, okay, maybe Alex has different point of views, also what he thinks is important. So would you say there's an underrated tip in the industry or habit what people should do and should focus on if they want to grow a big organization here? Is there like an underrated tip from your perspective? What do you think?
I would say that I'm trying to find a nice way to say it, but I'm
No,
just
play
gonna
it right
I'm
out.
just gonna
Yeah.
guy, this is a business. This is a business. This is not a kindergarten. This is a real business. You have heard what Michael has achieved. You have heard about Joey. You have heard about Robert, about Emil, about David, about all of these people here, about Alexander, about Jonas. This is a business. And we need to take this business serious. This is not, we are having fun because business can be fun, but fundamentally, what is the point to build a business? What is the reason? What is the aim and a goal of a business? It's always to make money for the owners and for the shareholders. You are in the business. This is your business, and your only thing you should be concentrating is generate money for yourself. So if we think about that's our goal, to build business to make money for the shareholders, which are us, you, would you hire yourself as a CEO in your own company? If you think about how you build this business, how you show up on these calls, how you treat people, how you invite people, would you hire yourself? If you say no, that's a great thing because we're here to learn. When you go to bed every single night, are you proud of yourself about the things you did during the day? Do you have the feeling that I'm putting my head on the pillow, and tomorrow when I wake up, the business is bigger than it was today because today I was putting the work? If you say no, that's a great thing. We are here to learn, but we need to take this serious. We need to take responsibility. We are big boys and big girls. We are men's, we are women's. We need to take this serious. We need to respect each other's, because I respect Michael. Sometimes we don't agree with some things, but we respect each other's, because in the end, I know that Michael's sole intention is to make money. And for him to make money is to help you make money. So the question is, do you want to listen how to make money? Do you want to listen how to be a better person, a better friend, a more successful person? That's the only thing. That's what we're doing here. So take this serious. This is a business. Your life is a business, and every choice you make every single day tells about how good businessman you are. If you die poor, you're not a great businessman. But if you tried and you died poor, you're a successful businessman.
Amazing. Really powerful. That's why I love to wanted to answer this question, because you have a unique perspective. And sometimes, you have also the courage to say what needs to be said. That's also something where you are right on. And of course, we're all here to provide for our families, make a lot of money, and have the freedom we want. Of course, I agree, in our world, in our society, with money, we can do greater things for people, and I mean, here we have the freedom to decide with who we want to work, where we want to work. And if we really treat this serious, it can become really serious. And we're so early in this business now. We just started a few months ago. It's just really in the foundational time right now. So yeah, I'm really grateful for all of your guys' answers. That was basically the three answers I wanted to ask, but it would be not a real panel if I would not ask the final question. And there's always a final question to any panel. It's really simple. We did that in the past always. We had three main questions, and the last question is really simple. But it's also important, and that's where it comes to setting goals. When it comes to setting goals, it's really important that you know where you're going. For example, for me, I'm never asking something what I don't know. I have my goal card written down because my personal mentor, Bob Proctor, who I also met in person, he always said, Michael, you have to write down with a pen and paper your personal goal and carry it with you always. And that's why I think it's also super important to have it. And that's why I want to ask you guys, what is your personal goal in the next 90 days? Because then there will be our Rome convention in Italy. So what is your next goal, rank goal, or income goal, or whatever? You can decide like you ever want to say it in the next 90 days. And what do you want to accomplish until then? So yeah, Jonas, maybe you want to start with that. What's your personal rank goal? What are you willing to do for that? And yeah, on what rank do we see you, or what income do we see you on the Rome convention?
Yeah, so for the Rome convention, I'm definitely going for that Ruby. But I also want to create one Sapphire under me, like in my organization, and have at least 3 platinums. So I want to hit the Ruby, but my lost even more for my people in my organization to hit ranks. And I will definitely do daily actions, like going back to the basic, like prospecting, inviting, and presenting. I'm willing to do that every single day to the Rome convention, and that's why I'm gonna hit it.
Amazing. Yeah, wonderful. So super excited to hear that. And yeah, let's continue directly also with Alexandra because the call is already long, but it was so important to ask this final question. So Alexandra, next 90 days, where do you see yourself, and what will you accomplish?
So the thing is that I want to be on stage in Rome. So I want to hit that diamond. And by me hitting diamond, I want all of my team to hit ranks. And that will be my focus 100%. Like, I don't even want to kind of reach out to the cold market. I just want to reach out to everybody's friends, everybody's family, and I want them to have at least 3 or 3. And I want my team to have results. Like, that is my main goal until Rome. I want everyone to have at least a car checks for free.
Powerful. Wow. Amazing. Yeah, so we see you definitely as a diamond. I mean, it's already born inside of you, and it will turn out to the reality. So yeah, Alex, I mean, I know that you're a professional. I know that you have been able to do a lot of great things. Where do you see yourself on the next 90 days, and what do you want to accomplish, or what will you accomplish?
The thing is that I would like to see few rubies in my team because I think that maybe we all, or some of us, we have experienced the weight of pulling people who don't want to move forward. So that's why one of my goal is to like duplicate myself to build people in my team that I get hey, shout out and do handshakes and high fives and things who also give me I create my own purpose, yes, but I think that as a human, we also, when we give energy, we need energy to recharge ourselves. So my goal to Ruby is to have, I would say, 20 to 30 people in the event. So that's like my goal because I know that if we make that happen, we're all gonna have some fun time after a few months after the event.
I definitely believe that also, but I also know, since you know, I hear that often, that you need also for yourself to allow the universe, or whatever you want to call it, or whatever you believe in, you know, to see yourself on a specific goal. So I know it's amazing to have those people and help them, but also I think it's important to claim something specific for yourself. So what would you say? What do you want to accomplish for yourself also?
I would say that consistent Ruby.
Okay, consistent Ruby. Amazing. Sounds really, really great. So let's get to work, guys. And yeah, we have definitely big plans, big things to accomplish. And I hope that you like the way of doing like this rising star panels. I was thinking we can do that maybe once a month. The people who take really massive action, to give them also spotlight. So if you like that, and if you think like, hey, that would be amazing to also be on the next, you know, rising star panel on the calls, you know, then if you take consistent action, if you are willing to work directly with us, we definitely will notice. You know, I'm doing this business full time, 24/7. I'm managing all those ranks and countries and things right now going on. It's like really, really powerful and crazy. But of course, you know, my heart is also definitely here with the Scandinavian team, and want to help all of you guys. So if you feel right now a calling that, hey, next time you want to be on the call, you know that this is definitely possible for you as well. If you take consistent actions over the next week, then we'll make that possible. And yeah, guys, thank you for you know, joining on today's team call. I hope that you liked everything. And you know, let's give some feedback into the group. Thank you again for Jonas, Alexandra, and Alex for hosting this, hosting together with me that panel and sharing some wisdom, some knowledge. And I'm super exciting for everything what's about to come. And if we start to do these panels in real life, because it's even more fun than to do it on the Zoom calls. So that being said, guys, enjoy your Sunday night, and we'll see you really soon. Bye and take care.
It's